language exchange by using notebook LM, creating MyMap on notebook LM will be good. Um, After creating MyMap and review about the MyMap of notebook LM um, on June. June reviewing MyMap on June can be recorded and then uploaded. After then, I can use some to improve the pronunciation of my math. And also, by using Notebook LM, I can do languages exchange with the language partners who learn Korean. Um, I set up the language in Vietnamese on Notebook LM. By doing that, when I create a Google document or video from my YouTube channel because of copyright. And then I create some contents, some audio review, video review, and my map. My map will be good because my map is branched by some phrases or words, not sentences. So it just um, get a key point to explain. Also, well organized about the for the topic. So, and I realized that, and I tried to use my method with the contents by reviewing with the language partners. Yesterday night, I met my language partners, and we reviewed my map for 30 minutes. That is good. And then I read my map, and then my language partner also read. Sometimes I ask the meaning of the word, some of the words that I don't understand about. And also, my language partner can translate from Vietnamese to the Korean. And also, when we don't know the contents, and we can communicate with uh, English, we use English, Vietnamese, and Korean as well. So, and the level is important when we do language exchange with the MyMap because the first condition, first qualification is the language partner should be build vocabulary, already know about many vocabularies. So, and then they understand about what, what, yeah, and they understand about that. Anyway, so, and the beginner's level from step 1 to 3 and maybe at least step 3. It's communicate with the uh, target language or in English is okay. So after having language exchange with the language partners about my map, and then I review about my map, and then so I realized that it's okay to uh, use the my map for language exchange with language partners because we can talk a little bit freely, and after then maybe I can understand about my pronunciation, and then uh, with half of my language partners, I can repeat him, and I practice the languages and also the reviewing about the contents. And the reason, if I use my own contents, if I use my own contents, and then for me, yeah, it's good for me. But for my language partners, and he has uh, he don't have enough chance to use the language, target language. So and then my advice is that my language partner can also, by using multiple align, can create contents and then upload the contents and then communicate with me on with his contents. So and then uh, we can study, help each other, um, create the contents to each other, then harmonize the balance is very important when we do language exchange. Anyway, MyMap or notebook alarm is good for language exchanges by reviewing the context. Now I can create about my map of notebook alarm as a contents for language exchange. Usually, right? In English, my content of how to use my map for language exchange with the language partners uh, to practice pronunciation contents after proofreading it. I had top AI can create about the contents how to use mind map, mind map for language exchange and pronunciation practice. Mind map, mind map, mind map, mind map. Yes. Um, translate into Korean and Vietnamese above. How to use my map for language exchange and the pronunciation practice. I'd like to share how I use my map for language exchange with my language partner, especially to practice pronunciation and review content as a good reading. Language learning changes a lot when you use multiple reminder or alarms to review your mind map regularly on your notebook. By breaking down your mind map and reviewing it step by step, you can strengthen both your memory and pronunciation. For example, I often make a mind map about a topic like music, and that I create in June. I record myself reviewing and then use that the recording later to check my pronunciation using notification or reminders, helping me keep this practice consistent. But when I do language exchange with my partner, I often switch the language setting to Vietnamese at the time I make it to my video or YouTube video script after checking for copyright. Through that, I create content and audio review based on my maps usually focus on keyword or short phrases in my long sentence. This makes easier to stay organized and to remember the main idea. It's very useful when talking about topic like coffee, culture, or everyday life. Last night, for example, I met my language partner and we reviewed my map about 30 minutes. It was great. I led my map and then my partner joined. Sometimes translating Vietnamese into Korean, or we use it in English as a bridge when we didn't understand something. So we use the three languages, Vietnamese and Korean. The important thing in language exchange is that your partner should have enough vocabulary to support the conversation. Beginners can start from step one to step three, and then from step four on or, and then they can start communicating directly in the target language or English. After doing about 5 sessions of language exchange using MyMap, I realized how effective it is. And you can talk freely at first event, later focus on pronunciation correction. I often repeat what my partner says to practice pronunciation. At the beginning, I mostly use my own content, which helped me a lot, but I noticed that sometimes my partner didn't have enough time to practice the target language, so my advice is usually mind the alarm and the short sessions. Keep communication active even while unlocking the phone and engaging in exchanging short messages. Support each other in creating content and learning together. The key is balance and harmony. That's what makes language exchange meaningful. So always remember language exchanges to people, and I love that. Okay, it's very interesting.